Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Tilson Live. It is Tuesday. It is 2 o'clock. We are coming at you live on Facebook, live on YouTube, as we do each and every Tuesday. Glad to be with you. I'm Eric Allard, part of the fourth generation of the Tilson family, joined as I am each and every single week by Her Highness Dawn Dantzler, Vice President of Marketing and Customer Experience. Good afternoon, Dawn.
Eric, how's it going?
It's going great. Going great. Thank you all for joining us. Again, we are here. We are coming at you live Tuesday, 2 o'clock, live on YouTube, live on Facebook to talk about all things building on your land. We are Tilson Homes. We build homes on people's land. Have been doing it since 1932. We are 4 generations in. We are a 4th-generation family-owned and operated Texas company. We only build in Texas, but we offer advice worldwide, even if we only build in the Republic of Texas. So we are here to talk about all of the things building on your land. We can talk about financing. We can talk about site preparation. We can talk about lot selection. We can talk about customization. We can talk about construction. We can talk about permitting. We can talk about culverts and water wells and septic systems and lions and tigers and bears and all of the things that go into deciding what the best thing is to do for you and your family when you're going to build a home on your land. It's very different, very, very different from production subdivision, from building a home in a subdivision master plan community, from buying a used home somewhere. Very different from both of those. So, but we are here to talk about all of the things building on your land. We have a very special, beautiful presentation today for you guys. But as we ask you to every single week, jump in. Tell us where you're watching from, where you're building, what part of the process you're in. Are you just now thinking about doing something like this for you and your family? Are you tired of the people coming home and they're too close to you next door? Maybe just a little bit. You love thy neighbor because you're commanded to, but you love your neighbor but maybe your neighbor could be like a quarter mile away or 2 miles away. Like, you could still love your neighbor from a mile away. That's okay. So, are you thinking about that? Are you in the process now? Or have you already decided which home you're building? Maybe which builder you're going with? Maybe you haven't decided which builder you're going with. We can answer all of those questions. Or are you under construction with us somewhere? Or have you already finished, like the first 2 folks that have already commented? Jump in. Tell us where you're watching from, where you're building, what part of the process you're in. We are on Facebook. We are on YouTube. We are on all of the things, talking about all things building a home on your land. So, Dawn, what in the world are we going to talk about specifically today?
We are going to do one of my most favorite things, one of my favorite topics. We are going to actually show you guys one of the homes that we have built along with all of the customer changes. So we love seeing the lives that everybody is building inside the homes that we've created for them. And today we are very honored to share Janet's home actually with you. So howdy, Janet, out of Grayson County. She is one of the first people to build our live oak plan up north there. And we are very excited to show you all of the changes she made and this gorgeous home on her even more gorgeous property.
Yeah, you guys are going to love this.
It's spectacular.
Yeah, if you are considering at all buying property or building a home on land, you're about to find out why, like the reason why our customers do what they do. When you see the Kirkland's piece of property, it's absolutely stunning and can't wait to share with you guys. But again, jump in, tell us where you're watching from, where you're building, what part of the process you're in, live on Facebook, live on YouTube. And yeah, there's got a fly. There's a fly up here. This is going to bother me for the whole, like, it was behind my camera, which worked out great like 11 seconds ago. And now it's not behind my camera. It's anywhere but behind my camera, but we're going to maintain. We're going to finish strong. We're going to focus. Okay. So I'm mentally.
Welcome to that rural lifestyle.
Mentally tough. It is. Or maybe just vacuum your floors of your office, Eric. Whatever. Maybe do that. So anyway, folks, we want to hear where you are watching from, where you're building, what part of the process you're in. If you're coming at us from Facebook or from YouTube, we got plenty of Facebook folks following us. We haven't seen a YouTube comment just yet. If anyone's on YouTube, ring the bell or do the smash the liking and the buttons and the whatever it is that people do on the YouTube. We'd love to.
Or just say hi.
Oh yeah, you can do that too. You can just say hello. Yeah, that'd be fine. But Dawn, who's joining us so far? Let's say howdy to him.
We've got Will from Klondike. Hey, Will. Good to see you. We've got Joanne. Hi from Pleasanton. Hey, Joanne. Welcome, thanks for joining us. And we have Polly, who says she is living the dream in Grapetown, Texas.
Beautiful. I've been there.
Then we've got Jessica. We are coming out next month, still living in Colorado, to check out the home. I think I've decided on the Fayetteville. We believe we finally have all our ducks in a row to get started on our land. Should we schedule an appointment with a Tilson office in advance, or can we do a walk-in? We will be building in Hood County.
If you're coming from Colorado, Dawn, what would you do?
I would please, Jessica, make an appointment.
Sure, yeah.
That far, I would hate for you to come and then find out that every single consultant is busy and can't answer any of your questions, particularly if you're looking at the Fayetteville, that Waxahachie office, just because of where it's located. We get a lot of foot traffic, especially on the weekends. And so I would hate for you to not have somebody available to answer all of your questions. So I would go ahead and make an appointment just so that we can make sure there's someone there devoted to you.
Yeah, and Jessica, setting an appointment doesn't oblige you to buy a home, although you're welcome to, but that's not an expectation.
Yeah, nobody's putting a house in your trunk. Like, we're not speaking it.
But like Dawn said, set the appointment. That way, you've got some time, hour and a half, 2 hours of a dedicated Q&A person. If you just want to go through the models while they gather some information, you can do that. But that way you've got that one-on-one time if you need it to get very specific questions answered. Kudos to MKP chiming on the YouTube. Got that.
Saying hi from Oklahoma off of the YouTube.
Howdy. Believe it or not far from the Kirklands. Not far.
Yeah, very close. Very close.
Hello, Allie. Where'd Allie go?
And we've got Allie watching from Georgetown.
What's up, Allie? I commandeer her office on the regular if I'm going to do a live from Georgetown.
I think I've done one or two from her office as well.
It's a great office.
It's very nice. She actually inspired me to get the cool.
Oh my goodness! So that's the third one I've seen. I think Sydney in Spring has one of these pink Barbie-ish. What was it, like a very responsive? It's a weird feeling.
It's like the old school typewriter. Like when you type, it's very cool. I like it.
We are dating ourselves.
And then we've got Cindy checking in from Allen, Texas.
Howdy from Allen. All right.
And we've got Debbie watching from Bastrop. Hey, Debbie.
Beautiful Bastrop, Texas. Awesome. Thanks, Debbie. Thanks for jumping in. So yeah, I saw that she said he had ducks in a row. I wanted to give a real quick shout out to Will Rhodes. We here at the Allard, whatever you want to call it. I'm not going to call it a farm or a ranch. It's neither really. It's more of a quagmire. But we have it is a ranchita. Ranchita is probably fair.
Ranchita.
Yeah. So anyway, we have successfully, well, minus the first 4 chickens that we got anyway, they didn't make it. The second 6 chickens have successfully grown under the little heat lamp in the garage, and they have been evicted, thankfully, from the garage because they stink. And they are in the chicken coop. They spent their first successful night in the chicken coop last night. Nothing devoured them, as far as we can tell, or they're really bad to the bone chickens, one of the two. Anyway, they were there this morning, so that's night 1. They're not doing anything, except costing money, but they seem to be, well on their way to being productive. Look, like I can't disparage them. My dogs don't produce fur, meat, milk, anything like that.
They give you enjoyment.
Oh yeah, no, that's what my wife always tells me about the various cats and chickens and things we have that don't produce anything. I'm like, what are we doing these things? Like, they bring me joy. I'm like, fair enough. Yes. Maybe the only animals on the farm that bring her joy. Possibly, it's possible. The others are teenagers and one's her husband. So I get it. Like it's not a lot of target-rich environment things that bring joy out here. To the animals that you walk back. All right. So jump in. We got more guys. Please tell us where you're watching from, where you're building, what part of the process you're. We want to hear from you. Let's hear. Oh, we got
Mark. He had to cancel his appointment with us a few weeks ago. Going to reschedule for after Thanksgiving. Okay, Mark, please do.
Mark, very curious if you are related to a distant relative of yours, significantly older than you, who's no longer with us, named Sonny Mitchellite. He was a salesman for Tilson Homes for many, many, many years. There was a Sonny Mitchellite. Every day at the Houston office, he ate a bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich, BLT, every single day.
That's awesome.
It was. Yeah, from Houston. Okay.
Well, he's from Houston, so odds are good.
Possible.
Our friend from YouTube actually has a question. Oh no, just give us an update. Never mind. I got a VA loan approved. Looking to get a home built in the San Antonio area. Just don't know where to start because I want the house on 2 to 5 acres, but don't own any land.
That is a question, sort of. I
That is a
will. Mark is quickly dismissing Sonny as a relative. Fair enough.
Not related. Daddy knows up.
Yeah, that's funny. So anyway, so yeah, going back to that, a great place, particularly if you're in Texas, and I have been in Texas for 3 years, the Texas Veterans Land Board is a great place to start a land search. That's a good spot. And then another place, of course, is land.com, where we are landsoftexas.com. I think it's all land.com now, right? Is that correct?
It's all land.com now. Yeah.
Okay. So that's another great space. And you can set parameters like that. You can set 2 to 5 acres, price points. You can set counties that you're looking in. That's a great spot. But we do have some different programs specifically for VA borrowers. So great opportunities.
And then we've got John coming in from Facebook. Hi, John and Gretchen. We are doing our final walkthrough tomorrow on our Angelina on Lake Richland Chambers. Eli, our construction manager, has been amazing, and we couldn't be happier with Tilson Homes. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Kudos to that. Yeah. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, Eli's pretty elite.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Will says it's awesome. And the chicken's moving to the coop. Need any tips and stuff? Just call me or text me. Awesome.
So far, the golden retriever takes care of most of the cleanup. So,
including those first 4.
Yes. I called our auntie into the chicken world.
Mark is hoping to build around College Station.
Awesome.
Very nice. Very nice place. Very nice.
Maybe a little partial to it. A little partial to that place. I hear there may be a house for sale there. A certain coach is maybe leaving.
Might be a little large.
Good news. He doesn't need the money. He just give the house away.
He also doesn't have to leave. He's making a lot of money to do nothing. So
that's also true. That's funny.
And Will is agreeing that Eli is awesome.
Yeah. Janet liked my Aggie joke. She appreciated it. All right.
She did.
So here we are. Guys, keep dropping your questions, comments, everything into the chat. We want to hear from you. We want to help you on this journey. We're going to jump into the presentation. It's a beautiful job that our team did on a beautiful home, piece of property. And again, thank you to the Kirklands for opening your home to us and letting us do this. So without further ado, Dawn, let's talk about this live oak.
All right, let's talk about the live oak. The live oak is a very nice little plant, and it might, while this is the first one that we've seen actually built, it does have a strong history with Tilson. Might look a little bit familiar to you if you guys have been to Bernie. You may have seen our Frio model, which our Frio plan has been a plan with Tilson for several years. It makes me feel really
09, yeah.
Yeah. It's been a minute. And really what the live oak is, if you want to go to the next page, you can kind of, obviously from the outside, very similar. This is the Frio floor plan. And really the live oak is just an update of that plan. We have found over the years that our drafting team is very smart. Our customers are also very smart. And once we've had a home out there that we've been building for a while, we can kind of take a look at the most common changes that our customers are making. So you'll see these two plans very much, have the same DNA. They're the exact same square footage, same number of bedrooms, same number of bathrooms. But the live oak is just a little bit more updated with the changes that were most common that our customers were making. The most notable things that changed are the kitchen layout and that dining room layout. So we actually stole a little bit of space in the Frio. The kitchen is more kind of on a slant, which allowed us to put a desk space behind it. But we were finding that a lot of our customers really wanted the bigger kitchen. So we've gone ahead and squared it off to give you a much bigger kitchen space. That also kind of, in doing that, we also squared off the dining area. So it just makes those spaces a lot more usable. And our people weren't really missing that desk space. So that's really the biggest changes between the two plans. I think a couple things changed in the master bath as well, but that's the most definitive change that was made to the plan. All right. Now the Kirkland family got their hands on this plan. They did typical Tilson family and made a lot more changes to it. So the first thing that they did, the biggest thing you're going to see is they did add on the 2-car garage. So they started with the front load garage custom option that our team had pre-designed for them, and then said, hey, we need a little bit more space because they've got an ATV out there. So they added an extra 8.5 feet onto the back to create kind of an ATV garage. So they've got another utility garage door coming from the side on that. And then the next thing that they did is they wanted to have the same side light front entry that we do have on the Frio. So they went ahead and added in those side lights. And then they did a pretty cool thing. The porch on this plan, the front porch is very, very large. So they actually changed some of that out, stole some of that square footage. So didn't change the size of the footprint of the plan, but went ahead and converted 98 square feet of the front porch into a study. Which I think was very smart because that front porch is still very large. But also, as you can see, their really main outdoor living space is to the back because they've got beautiful water back there. So they didn't really need that huge front porch. So they created a very nice study in there. The next thing that they did in the family room, they did add in a fireplace. And then a recurring theme that you'll hear throughout their video is that they added windows to make sure that they are getting 360 views of their property because it is absolutely gorgeous. So you're going to see windows added on the 2 sides of the fireplace. They added a side window in that study as well. The next thing that they did was they went with the extended rear porch option. And what that does is actually adds the cathedral ceiling to both the porch and the family room. In addition to that, they added in some rough sawn crown molding and wood beams in the family room, and then also added wood beams out on that porch, as well as real soffit on the ceiling. So it's absolutely gorgeous out there. And then the next thing they did within the kitchen, they did a lot of changes to the island. So I'll kind of talk about those when we get there, but they didn't change the overall size. They just sort of dressed it up a little bit and changed it to be more to their liking. The next big thing in the kitchen that they did is the way the standard kitchen is done, your microwave is your vent hood and it's over the cooktop. They decided they'd rather have that over to the side. So the microwave moved over to the side, and then they put a separate vent hood over the existing cooktop space. And then on the master suite, they did kind of a custom layout, and I'll talk about that more when we get into the master bedroom part, because when you add that front load garage, it changes up the layout of the master bedroom. So we'll talk about that in more detail of what that change looked like and then the additional changes that they made. And then the last thing that they did was on the utility room from where that lays out, when you add that option, they did relocate that door so that it goes into what was designed to be storage space. They actually created their drop zone out there so that when you're coming in muddy and wet from the lake, you can actually drop everything, not even in the house. So I thought that was very, very smart of them. So they just did a couple changes there.
Just a couple changes.
Just a couple changes. I mean, for Tilson, for our customers, this was actually very few. But let's let them go and show us their amazing home.
Let's check it out.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Tilson Home Tours. I'm Kelsey and I'm here with the Kirkland family to talk about their Live Oak D home here in Grayson County. So this is the first Live Oak that we've seen in person, up close. So when you pull up to the front of the house, it's got a very typical Tilson exterior, but in the best kind of way. You have the gables, you've got the cedar posts, and you've got that lovely stone. So tell me a little bit about the exterior and what you were looking for in that.
You're the exterior guy.
Well, we really wanted to do some stone out there. I always wanted to have a stone. I always liked Austin stone, but in the design center we saw the prairie cream chop and really liked that. Thought that would make a good exterior. And I liked the fact that the D had so much of it covering the front. You didn't have a lot of the...
Yeah, it's definitely more masonry than the others.
Yep.
Which I think just fits, out here where we are.
Yeah, and the front load garage makes it really accessible from your driveway and just kind of extends the house long ways.
Right,
So
which
that
was
you
important.
can enjoy more of your back area.
Right.
And even though you don't really see the front of the house all that much when you drive up, the view is all out the back.
Yeah.
It's still nice that it looks nice out front.
Yes, it does. It's very homey, very welcoming. And I know y'all said you don't typically use the front door, and I'm sure everybody just comes through the garage, but your front porch is really nice.
Thank you. We love it. It turned out really nice.
Yeah, and then we
All right. So absolutely gorgeous. You've got that standard Craftsman elevation that I love so much, the mix of stone, with little hints of siding. You've got the rough sawn wood elements going, and like I said, they've still got a very large front porch, even with stealing that much space of it to create this stuff.
Yeah, you have this bench here for scale, and you could tell that you could easily put an entire seating set table if you wanted to. Yeah, even after adding this 98 square feet into that, and you get a little tease here of the gorgeous property.
Yes,
that's gonna be pretty excited. But yeah, I mean, it's very traditional, but we see a lot of people doing all board and bat. I love the extensive use of stone here. I really do. I think it's pretty with the green, the backdrop, the water. That it helps a lot, and just some splash of color from the board and bat.
Yeah. Well, this house will just always have a very special place in my heart, because to age myself, back in the day when we first built the Frio, we actually did a commercial, and we had a little girl who drew. That was my daughter when she was in elementary school, is the one that actually drew out the thing to show the dream coming to life. So this house will always have a special place in my heart.
Always at Tilson, paid top dollar for talent. And
nepotism pays, guys. Nepotism pays.
It sure does. Yeah, it's not child labor for your kid. Just saying.
That extends to all of our employees. You don't actually have to be a blood Tilson.
That's right. We'll gladly use your children for free. Anyway, beautiful choices, beautiful home.
Yeah, and this is what the back of the home looks like. So you can see how that changes, and it's more board and batten back there, because nobody's staring at the back of your house, because all the pretty stuff's the other way, particularly on this one. And you can see that hint of that rear porch that's happening there with the cedar truss. Just amazing. And Kelsey put a little arrow for us to show where that side utility garage door is, the little ATV garage.
Awesome. We got a couple comments, perhaps.
We do.
Other folks joining us.
Up.
I'm being told to behave by Mark. He's right.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Tilson Homes.
Wrong button.
Just kidding.
We are professionals. Sorry.
Speak for yourself.
Will is saying, yes, you're in good hands with Eli.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you do have Mark telling you to behave. Then you get Tim from SoCal planning our build in Hamilton County. Awesome.
Yeah, Hamilton's nice. We're about to finish one out there, another one.
Yeah, and we've got a question from YouTube. Is leveling the land before the build a requirement of the owner, or does Tilson level the spot where the home is going to be placed?
Great question. So, and it really depends on where you're building, but every county that we build in, Tilson does have a certain amount of money in the contract price of the home to build it up to a certain amount of level. So we don't, it's varies from 6 inches all the way up to 24 inches or so, depending on where you are in the state. Not every county, not every area needs the same amount, of buildup. Obviously, a place like Corpus Christi or Rockport doesn't need as much to get flat as maybe a place like Llano. So it does vary from place to place, but Tilson is going to handle getting it flat and getting the site ready to build to the degree that of level. Now it depends on, again, how much. If it exceeds what's included in the base price of the home, the good news is you will know that before we ever start construction. We don't start coming, oh, by the way, we had to use X amount. Like, we will know the exact price, the bids, everything to get it level before the file ever goes to construction. So we will be able to tell you to the penny exactly what it's going to cost to get that done. Great question.
Yeah, great question. And then we've got Andy, who's saying hi from Fort Bend County, enjoying our customized Travis A.
So awesome. Happy.
Andy. We got Will sharing very beautiful home and land. Absolutely.
Nice.
I agree. Yeah. We got Emily. We are building our live oak in Lampasas County currently. Oh, cool. Can't wait to see the finished product. Us either. That's awesome.
Yeah,
share some pictures with us.
Yeah, send them to us. We'd love to see them. Guys, keep dropping your questions into the chat. We'll answer every single one of them. We did miss a Sarah Wetzberger. She had a shout out to Georgetown that they'll help us. And
Oh, yes, she did. Sarah says Georgetown is ready for you.
there you go.
All right.
All right.
Well, let's take a look at this kitchen and dining area.
Let's check it out.
Beautiful kitchen. So I want to see a little bit more about what's going on in here and hear a little bit about your design.
Okay.
So with these cabinets, we haven't seen a lot of this color yet. So I really want to get a close up on these and talk a little bit about it.
Well, I love these cabinets. We had white cabinets in our other house, and I was just ready for something different. And I didn't want to go real dark. And then I saw these, and I kind of liked that they were a little bit rustic, but not too over the top. So I just think they have a nice kind of casual, comfortable feeling, and I really do like the color, you know, because it's not it's not too deep and dark.
Yeah, yeah,
So-
and I really like the hardware that you chose to go with it because I think it brings out more of the warm tones of the cabinets because the way that they are, you could have really gone either way. If you did more of a black hardware, it would have made it more cool toned, but the warm tones really tie in with the backsplash and your countertops and the floors. Everything is just very, very warm and welcoming.
Thank you.
I love the color
Thank you.
scheme.
And we did move the microwave. That was the other thing we wanted to do. We moved it over to the kind of coffee bar area.
Yeah.
And
It's kinda nice
that
to
was
have
one
this
little-
space
One little
by
change that
itself.
we made. Yeah.
And then this island is huge.
All the Tilson Islands are huge. I don't know. I haven't seen a house that doesn't. We had a big island in the other house. I told him the other day. I said, now we have an even bigger island.
Yeah.
But it is such a great work surface.
Yeah, and you've
it's
got
just-
extra seating.
Yeah, lots of space to do things, and I think it fits, you know, with everything else. And then of course there's more storage and cabinets underneath it, so that helps too.
Yeah, well, let's go check out the little dining area.
Okay.
Okay, so the view from right here is amazing.
Well,
I would never get used to that.
Well, it is. That's why we put the house here. We've had the property for 12 years, and it took us a while to finally say, okay, let's build a house out here. So it was like, where else are you going to put it without, you know? And that was one thing we loved about this floor plan. And we worked real hard to pick one where we had lots of windows facing out the back. Where
Yeah.
we could enjoy the view from all the rooms.
And she had memorized every floor plan, so she'd spend every night looking through them and how many windows do they have here. And so I think by the time we actually went in to talk to the salespeople, she already knew pretty much all the plans.
Yeah, you were a
Gotta-
pro. You could have
gotta do your
probably
homework.
sold it yourself.
Gotta do your homework.
So with this dining space, I really like that it has super easy access to the living room and the kitchen, but you also have the door right here that goes out to your outdoor living space.
Yeah, it's just perfect for what we need. And, you know, at this downsizing at this stage in our life, just the one eating area is just perfect for what we need.
Yeah.
And, so it
And
worked really
with
well.
the added seats on the island,
Yeah.
you have plenty of space for people
Yeah.
to sit if you do host gatherings.
Yeah, and I think we probably could have fit a much bigger table even in here
Yeah.
than we did.
Oh,
but,
definitely.
yeah.
This is a really nice space.
Yeah.
And then let's go check out here.
All right.
While we're over here, I'm so excited.
So yeah, just a beautiful, beautiful kitchen.
Yeah, that's and again, this is one of the changes that customers were making on the regular on the Frio home plan. You know, they're asking, hey, can we square this up? Can we, you know, do something different with the pantry? And so our design drafting team, you know, James and his ladies and gents there made just spectacular changes. I love what they did with the hood and microwave. I think that's brilliant.
Yeah,
Love
I
the
think that was a
point.
very smart change.
Love the symmetry. Like, no offense, James, but the Kirklands may have beat us on design. I hear they may have crushed it. But yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
I absolutely love
the burr grinder for the coffee is not lost on me, Mr. and Mrs. Kirkland. Not at all. I like people who appreciate the good coffee. I do.
Absolutely. And I do, like Kelsey was mentioning, I love those cabinets. It's that reclaimed driftwood color. That's one of the newer colors in the portfolio. And I just really like how it's kind of that, it's not quite gray. It's not quite that honey oak that you used to have. It seems just like a perfect natural, wood grain that I like that color as well. So I'm glad to see that here. I did mention that we would talk a little bit about what they did to the kitchen island when we got here. So the rock that you're seeing on the back of the island, or the front as we're facing it, that was added by them. And then you may have also seen they added the, X details on the end of the island. They also did that farmhouse sink was a change that they made. They actually switched the side that the dishwasher was on the island, moved it to the other side of the sink. And then also changed it out. Instead of having just the cabinets that would come standard, so the one drawer with the cabinets underneath, they actually changed to a bank of all drawers. And those are some things that are very easy for us to do in most of the kitchens. So just ask your design consultant when you're talking to them for the kitchen of any of those changes that you want to make. Those are options that we have for you to do.
Awesome.
And then that is attached right there to that dining area, which again, I think by squaring the space off, we get a lot more usable space versus what we had in the Frio before. And then you have that access directly on to your rear porch. And yeah, beautiful views.
This is not Photoshop. This is not AI generated. Like, this is what Chuck and Janet wake up and look out to every single morning. Like,
yes, I would love to have my cup of coffee, eat my bowl of cereal, staring out at that. Like, that is just amazing, just beautiful.
Anyway, good for them. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing.
We got a couple of questions that have popped up, it appears.
I am personally very jealous of their view. It is beautiful. We've got Will saying, by the way, farm update, the chickens are cleaning up and prepping the garden area. Some meat chickens might be going to freezer camp next month. Awesome.
All right. Well, lucky them.
Lucky them. To piggyback on the question about leveling out the land, do you recommend buying land with the topography type of rolling?
Okay. So not necessarily. I recommend buying land not in a floodplain and that it has clear title to it and that is as restricted as you're comfortable with. Those are kind of my usual recommendations. The topography doesn't scare me that much. It depends on where you're buying, right? I mean, there's some places that's just the expectation. If you're in Comal County, Hayes County, Llano, Blanco, like there's going to be some topography. Even further Washington County, to some degree, Brazos, Grimes County, like there's going to be some rolling hills. It's part of the appeal of that land. We can typically find a fairly flat spot because you're only talking about usually a 40 by 60 spot that we need to build the home, right? It's not the whole 3 acres or 2 acres or 10 acres or whatever, just a spot for the home. But to me, having it out of the floodplain, where you want it to be, and that you have good, clear title to it, and it's a beautiful view that you're going to enjoy waking up to, like the Kirklands here. Like, man, in some cases, your mental health, your sanity, your peace and tranquility that you wake up to or go to bed to every evening, if that means paying an extra $7,000 or $10,000 or $12,000 to get the house site level, what's that in the big scheme of things, right? In life, I mean, I'm not minimizing that amount of money. I'm just saying, if you're going to spend $465,000, why not spend $475,000 and get it exactly where you want? So, I mean, that's my advice on that. Check floodplain, check title, and check restrictions. And if it meets those 3, then let's worry about the topography. Dawn, what do you?
I mean, I think the best piece of advice that I've heard on this of in addition to what you're saying of to avoid in the land, Justin one time when he was on with us said, don't buy the cheapest or last piece of land in a community. There's a reason that they have priced it that way. So that could be an indicator that it's going to be more expensive to build on. But yeah, I mean, absolutely buy the property that you want to live on. Just be aware that it might be more expensive if you do have some of those challenges. It might be a little bit more expensive to build, but it's not unbuildable. So you might need to just spend a little more, wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, solid advice. If someone's advertising sites starting at $89,900, tell the site salesman, do not take me to that piece of property. So just go in, expect to not pay $89,900 because that property is probably hot garbage. Not that price point, but just whatever they're advertising to get you in the door. I don't care if it's $49,900, $89,900, $139,900. You don't want anything to do with that piece of property. That is
there's something challenging with that property. That is why they are pricing it
That
the
is
way
the
they are
lost
pricing
leader.
it.
So go anywhere but there.
Absolutely. We've got Preston saying, I own 3 acres in Killeen, Texas. Would the Georgetown office be the best to reach out to?
I would say yes, but the Waco ladies may have something to say about that in protest. So it's really going to depend on Preston where you want to go. It's probably almost equidistant to run up to our Waco location or run down to the Georgetown location. It depends.
Or also,
on...
where do you live now? If you are not living in Killeen, if you live closer to Angleton, go there.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's great advice. But I mean, check out which offices you want to, or sorry, which model homes you want to see. Nothing's restricts you from working. Go to both. Go to Waco. Go to Georgetown. See what best for you and your family. You know, I mean, the pricing is based on where you're building, not where you buy out of. So you're going to be helped in a phenomenal way, no matter where you go. So just whatever is most convenient for you and your family, based on y'all's activities, kids' activities, church, whatever works out for your schedule.
Yep, absolutely. We have Roman asking, is building on pier and beam an option, and is there a price difference?
All right, so we are investigating that in some places. Of course, we did, what old is new again. We did that for, 40 years back in the 1950s to 1990s-ish. But yeah, there is a price difference for sure. So it's typically a little bit more right now than building a slab on grade. A lot of that has to do with labor. Materials wise, obviously it's not that much more, if at all, but the labor has to be much, much more specialized to do some type of a pier and beam or spread footer or whatever kind of design we're talking about, that it's an elevated design of some sort. So yeah, it depends on where you're building. It's certainly much more common in the Gulf Coast area than it is anywhere else. So we'll entertain it there.
So maybe and yes.
In short.
Will is saying, y'all have a blessed day. You're in very good hands with Tilson on building your home.
Thanks,
Thank
Will.
you, Will.
Be careful out there, buddy.
Then we have Becky, very excited about Emily because she is thinking of building in Coryell County, and we are neighbors. I'm still not sure what floor plan yet ourselves. Well, Becky, come on into the design center and tell us what you're looking for in your house, and we can help you narrow that down.
Yeah, there won't be a whole lot of neighbors in Coryell County, I can tell you that. Be a very tight-knit group of folk.
And then Janet is sharing, we were able to use our own dirt to build up the pad and ended up with a slightly larger pond, but saved us money and got credit back on the pad.
I see no downsides to any of these things.
Yes, these are all very good things.
These are all things I like.
And speaking of that pond, let's take a look at their outdoor living space and show that.
Y'all keep dropping these are great questions. Drop them in the chat. We'll answer every single one of them.
The little doorbell, that's cute.
That's for the dog.
Yeah, this is great. Oh my gosh, you guys probably sit out here all the time and just take this
Weather
all in.
permitting.
Yeah, that's true, especially up here. So this is gorgeous. This porch is amazing. Did you add anything to this porch, or was it just you wanted it the way that it came?
So one of the options that we had was to extend the porch and have a cathedral ceiling, which matched the cathedral ceiling inside.
Yeah.
And we had been to so many of the Tilson models that we had seen different treatments on the patios, and we really liked how the rough cedar trim was. And then one of the places had this wood up on the top as well, and we thought that looked really cool.
Yeah, it does.
So as we were putting it together, we said, well, we gotta do that, and then that kind of gives us a happy hour spot here to look at the whole pond.
Yeah, it really frames it.
Yeah.
This would actually be good for your watercolor paintings because you could just sit here and you've already got your frame built into the house.
I know.
You can just paint your view.
Plain air on the back porch.
But it's enough room where you don't have, that squeeze by things, and you can kind of sit and just stare and do nothing.
Yeah, you've got plenty of room. And then you extended this after the fact.
Yeah, so the natural tendency is just to make this thing bigger, so we did. And of course we're hanging out over a big open area, but we matched the wood color as best we could, and all the cedar posts match these. And
I think the color scheme is great. I love the exterior color of the house. I think it's really nice because it's not too dark, it's not too light. It really just blends in well with the nature around you.
Yeah, so this is kind of our hangout spot.
Yeah, well, let's go check out the extension. Oh, this is an awesome extra space. You've got tons of more room for people whenever you want to have them over.
Well, and the secret is it's really a place for her to stash her extra belongings.
That's true. The real reason that the deck extension is here.
That's why there's more room on the porch, because there's
Yeah.
a place to put it. And the grill and things can live out here.
Yeah.
And not be in the way
Good
on
spot.
the porch.
And it's nice to have it uncovered too, because then you can get some sun on you and enjoy that.
In the afternoons, the sun's back that way, so we get some shade here as well. So.
Yeah, that's perfect. Well, let's go check out the rest of the house.
I'm so jealous. It's so pretty.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, they did a spectacular job. Whoever did the pond for them, get that recommendation. Very well done, very clean. I love the live oak they planted there. They've done. There was a lot of planning that went into. Hey, let's enjoy the space. I mean, you've got the, bird bath here, sitting in the breakfast nook, so you can watch the birds here hanging out with the feeder and the bird. Like just stuff that I don't think about. But so much more planning. Kudos to the Kirklands. And did something with the pad there on the left, right? Like the went and did a deck over there where they had that natural fall and out of level, and I think it's a beautiful transition. We didn't do that, by the way. They had that done, but so
they did that after the fact. But
it was well done.
Yeah,
very well executed.
Absolutely. And then you put your home on the right piece of property when you're like, and the natural tendency is to just make this bigger so we can spend more time out here. Like
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Especially since, they moved in right before it went, I think it was 110, like right before their home was finished. So
yeah, a good spray
just to
foam
be like, I want to be outside.
Yeah, nobody.
Yeah,
Nobody.
So yeah, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Love it.
We have some questions there too. I also saw, it'd be hard to rewind it in the video, but there was a very well executed use of a yard hydrant out there, which was so down by the pond. They had done you can get them at McCoy's or some of your other local hardware stores. I highly recommend McCoy's. But if you need a hose bib, and particularly where they are, they're very, very close to the Texas-Oklahoma border. And when you turn that water off on that yard hydrant, the water drains down out and through the bottom of it into the ground. So you have to worry about frost protection. Frost-free hydrant or yard hydrant, either one of those, highly recommend. Just something to think about for country living, particularly if you're this far north.
Very nice. Very nice.
There's nothing quite as unnerving as waking up and going out to enjoy your morning cup of coffee and then hearing water spraying somewhere on your property. That is not a relaxing sound.
That's not a good little mystery that you want to there.
No, it's not. I actually heard we roughed our home in for a water softener and put a water softener in, and we had some friends over and we got to play in card games or whatnot late into the evenings, and so went out to bring the stupid worthless dog inside, the old one, and doing so, I heard again as a home builder, a very unnerving sound of water rushing inside of my garage, which of course is cause for concern. But it was nothing more than the water softener going into regeneration, doing its job, which I had deliberately programmed to happen in the middle of the night. And as it turns out, just had not ever heard that happen because I had no reason to be in my garage at that time of evening. So anyway, that was
fair enough.
An interesting experience.
All right.
Terrifying and euphoric all at the same time.
Well, I'm sure it's nice when you discover that it's doing what it's
supposed to. Exactly. Like I never bothered setting an alarm.
And you were right to set it to go overnight so that you weren't panicking every time you heard it.
I'm so brilliant. I'm so smart. Look at me.
I know. You're so smart.
For sure.
We have John asking, what happened to the driftwood? I noticed it was taken off the website.
What'd you do, Dawn?
I know. I broke it. So the driftwood had a sister plan called the cypress that was essentially the same. And much like what we did with the Frio and the live oak, we went ahead and we updated that driftwood plan just to make a few tweaks. And so when we did that, we went ahead and merged the cypress and the driftwood plants together and renamed it the Barton Springs. So if you're looking for the driftwood, it's called the Barton Springs now. And just the reason we went ahead and did a rename on that one is one of the biggest changes that we made to the plan is that the garage was no longer included. It is an option, and I think there's actually 5 different placements for the garage on that plan. So we didn't want to leave it still calling it the same thing, because that would be very confusing to people of, oh, first you're going to be like, yay, the price went way down. And then you're going to be, oh, because there's no garage. So to just kind of eliminate that confusion a little bit, we went ahead and renamed it the Barton Springs, so that people would understand that it's a different plan now, but still very much of the same DNA.
Beautiful.
And then we have Mark saying, hi from New Caney. We have taken the next step toward our build. Our existing house is now on the market. You have a great show going today. Oh, thank
thanks,
you, Mark.
I appreciate that. And yeah, man, good luck to you. It's going to sell, because there's like almost nothing else on the market. So you should be solid.
Yeah, you should be good. You should be good. But that's awesome. All right. Well, let's take a look at their family room and that study that they
Let's
added.
check it out, guys. Keep dropping your question comments into the chat. We'll answer all of them.
Okay, so in here you have that cathedral ceiling that you mentioned extends out.
Right. I think that's
really
become
nice.
a really popular feature.
Yeah, I've noticed.
But it is, it's beautiful. And it just makes, whatever size the room is, it makes the room feel bigger and more spacious.
And I really like the wood trim that you have going around the ceilings too. I think that just kind of brings a little bit more earthiness to it.
Yeah.
Makes it really nice.
Yeah. And it just transitions well out to the porch.
Yeah.
And we stole lots of ideas from the Tilson models. We
did a few
visited,
road
I think,
trips.
We did some road trips.
Here and there.
And while we were waiting for it to be built, we had to find something to do. So it was in the middle of winter, and we just go check out the models all over the state. And we
Get some
saw this kind of
inspiration.
trim and liked it, and said, let's do that.
Yeah, and I love the fireplace that you have bringing in the stone from outside with the big cedar mantle. Those are my favorite. And then you have these 2 windows here. I like these a lot. It brings in that sun, because the sun rises over here, so you get all that morning sunlight coming in. And it really just adds so much natural light to this space.
Yeah, well, we added windows just about every place we could put a window. We said, how about there? Because it also then, because of the view, you just get a wraparound effect of.
And the answer is never no. It's like, okay, put a window there. That's
Sure,
fine.
why not?
Yeah.
As long as it works.
Yep.
And then you mentioned that there would be a
There
third
would be
window.
another window here in the standard plan, and the porch would be much larger, but since the view is what we really cared about here, we decided to bump this area out onto the porch and make a little office, and so we have a door here instead of a window.
Oh, well, we should go peek at that office then. Oh, this is awesome. This is a great conversion of the porch.
Yeah, so as part of downsizing, I also wanted a downsized office.
Yeah.
And we were trying to figure out how to do that with the floor plan, and so we worked with Tilson. The porch was bigger than we needed, and I didn't want a huge office, but what we started off with was kind of small, and Janet was saying, I don't think your desk will fit in there, so we bumped it out a little bit and added another window, and the best part about this is I get kind of a 360-degree view of everything. I can see the front, the side, and the pond.
Yeah,
So,
it's your command center.
yeah, so if I have to be in here doing anything, at least there's something to look at. So.
Exactly, and it's great because you didn't have to add anything to the actual footprint of the home.
Right.
You just added the walls.
Right,
To
exactly.
enclose the space.
Yep.
That's a really easy transition.
So the window there used to be here, and we just pushed it out and
Yeah.
added another window and a door and office.
Yeah, well, let's go check out the rest of the house.
Okay.
All right.
Pretty impressive.
Not too shabby. Not too
Pretty
shabby.
impressive. Yeah, and I mean, obviously tastefully decorated, the vinyl plank, the stone, the colors of the I've never seen that color stain on the beams, and it's amazing. Like it all works very, very nicely.
Yeah, it's just gorgeous. I also love that cathedral ceiling. Like they said, it just always makes the space look so much larger than it is. But this is already, to be fair, this is already a very large space. But yeah, just brings in so much more light, and it's particularly when you have a view like that, a wall of windows is a great way to go. So yeah, just absolutely gorgeous. And Then I love the addition of the study, which I think we have on the next slide as well. But it's just a great use. You really don't need that big of a space, so don't take up an entire bedroom for your office if you don't need to. And so it's just a great use of, they're going to be spending all their time on the back out near that pond, so you don't miss it off the front porch at all.
Yeah, and I couldn't tell. I want to give proper kudos to where it's due. Obviously, it's on the American flag. Someone's father was in service. I don't know if it was Chuck's or Janet's, but I couldn't tell if it was a Bronze Star or what was in the shadow box that's hanging on the wall. But much appreciated for that. That's a very nice touch, very nice token to that service of the generation before. So it looks really, really cool. But yeah, I love the simplicity. Like I said, like I need a computer to log into maybe once every couple of days and see what's happening. And then this is obviously not the focus anymore. Good for them. The pond in the back.
Yeah, good for them.
That's the focus.
Perfect.
That's the focus.
Yeah. But yeah, very, very nice.
I got very close. Yeah.
Yeah, Chuck's dad, a Marine, Bronze Star.
Much appreciated. And they just had a birthday, the Marines, 248 years old.
All right. Well, let's take a look at the master suite.
Let's check it out.
Yeah, this bedroom's beautiful.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about what you did in here.
Well, in the Live Oak plan, there is actually a closet at the front of the bedroom here. And so you get a little foyer coming in. But we really wanted the closets back towards the bathroom. So we moved the closets back there and split them on either side. And then partially because we wanted more windows in here.
I'm shocked.
I know, but we saw the casement. Well, I think it's the Rockwell model down in Melissa that has the casement windows, which we really liked, and so we put in 2 casements and then a single window in between. And we just like that arrangement a little bit better.
Yeah, and every single morning you wake up and you see that first thing.
Oh, it's wonderful.
That is top notch. Can't beat it.
Thank you.
I'm a little bit jealous. It's okay. And then through here you have your master bathroom?
Master bathroom, yep, and the closets.
All right.
And what's nice is it created a bit of a hallway here into the bathroom, which I think is kind of nice.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Okay. Oh yeah, I like this little hallway.
Yeah, I think it's
really
nice. Yeah.
And then I like these pocket doors too for your closets.
Yeah, that just saves room on the inside of the closet.
It's very efficient.
Yes, yeah, those are nice. We like those.
And this is a fabulous bathroom. It's so spacious. This shower is huge. I love the tile.
It is huge. And it's, at first I'm like, wow, that is a big shower. And we didn't change that. That's exactly how it comes. And then I thought, well, maybe I should have made the shower a little smaller. But then once it's all done and stuff, it's like, it's really nice.
Well, and I like that it has the double bench seats and you've got the little hooks in there too.
Yeah.
That's really helpful. Plus a window, natural light. Of course you need that.
Right.
And then another window to see the view.
Yeah. And then we've got a big closet with lots of storage. So even though we don't have some of the taller cabinets in here, there's plenty of storage in the closet.
And I like that these are kind of lower. A lot of people will choose to raise up the vanities, but I kind of like the traditional lower vanity. It really just gives you that extra space for your mirror, and it just kind of makes it seem more open.
Yeah. Well, it turned out great. We love it.
Yeah, I love it too.
It's a good bathroom.
It is a good bathroom. Always good to have one of those. And then you've got 2 other bedrooms on the other side?
We do.
All right.
All right. So yeah, that's absolutely beautiful. I did want to pull up the master bedroom because with a lot of our custom options that you add, it changes some things. So Janet was talking about on the standard layout, you get this, and this. Her standard layout changed because they added that front load garage. So what this image is showing is kind of what changed along the way. So the standard layout, the master bedroom kind of sits above where the master bathroom is. When you come in and the closet is off to the side. When you add that front load garage, we actually end up turning the master suite to put the bathroom at the end of it, because you've got the extra square footage that you're adding with the extra footprint that you're adding with the garage just to balance out the back of the home. That's how the house sort of changes so that the front elevation of the house doesn't change as much. And then, so that kind of shifted everything around. And then, as Janet was saying, they wanted to be able to see their view when they first came in. So rather than coming in down a hallway with the closet, they moved the closets down, and actually kind of reminds me of what we did in the Magnolia plan, that we've got the, split it instead of one large closet, split it into two separate closets. I think it was very smart of them to do pocket doors in that area, so you don't have all the doors going into everything.
And you lose a lot of storage too if you do that. So
yeah. And then the master bathroom itself stayed exactly as it was on the plan, with the exception of, like they mentioned, that window that they did add in the shower just to bring in some additional light. And then in the master bedroom itself, they did add that stepped ceiling treatment, as well as the window changes that she was talking about, that they changed those out and did 2 casement windows with a window in the middle.
Love it. Yeah, it turned out spectacular. Really did.
It did. It's gorgeous. Absolutely love it. And so there that is. And like she said, I do like that they kind of have that hallway going into the bathroom, kind of giving it a little bit more separation. But yeah, absolutely beautiful. Love the ceiling treatment. I just think it elevates the room. And you saw in the video the view, you wake up to that view, and that's just amazing. Yeah. What a way to set your day.
My poor wife has to wake up looking at me in the mornings. It's not good. So this is the envy of all wives everywhere. I'm looking at this. Sorry, couldn't resist. Bless Rachel's heart.
We are all very thankful for her. And yeah, the shower in this plan is just amazing. That master shower with the 2 benches, just very, very large space. We do have the option if you are team bathtub, but for those of you who are not, this is how you do a shower. Yeah.
I do have to know, are the succulents always on the tile shelves, or is this for video only? I'll leave the homeowners to decide. If they want to answer, they can. If not, I understand. But just curious.
Meanwhile, I'm like, this looks much better than our current decorator's method of putting wraps in there. Like, this is amazing. Like, I think
the orchid here, super clean. The succulents there. I am jealous of the decor in the Kirkland's home.
Yeah. Oh, I'm totally stealing this. Janet, when you guys go, if you go touring the rest of our models, we will be doing this.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
All right, guys, drop your questions, comments into the chat. I've lost count. There were 7 videos. I don't know if this is the last one or not, but we'll be very close. So.
We got 2 more.
Okay, 2 more. Sorry. There's a lot in this one.
Yes, it's a beautiful home, lots to talk about. So but guys, keep dropping your questions in, and we are going to take a look at their other bedrooms.
Let's check it out.
And then in here you have your craft room.
Yeah, we don't need all 3 rooms, so for people. Mm-hmm. So we made this room into kind of a craft and art room, and it's just space to,
Yeah, I really like it. Plus you've got the huge closet, because it could have been a bedroom. So you've got tons of storage for all of your art supplies and anything that you could need.
Yep. It's a nice space. I'm still working on it. I got shelves and things to put in so I can put things up on the wall, but it's a great space. I really like it. And again, great light out of the front side of the house too, especially in the afternoon.
Really good light. And then if you have visitors coming over, you can peek out there, see who's coming and going.
Yeah, it's a good space.
And then over here we have your guest room.
Yes, the guest room's right around the corner.
Oh, this is nice.
Thank you. It's just a nice sized guest room, has a big closet with their shelves on the side, and it's pretty much a walk-in closet. But one thing I love about this room is that in the live oak, that window seat is part of the plan.
Yeah, I love that. So
that's not anything we customized, and you have in both bedrooms huge windows, which is really, really nice. And I just like the way this room turned out, and it's just right straight across from the bathroom. So if you have a guest or anything, it's still, pretty
they have their
private
own space.
Yeah, so
plenty of room. And then over just across the hall is the bathroom?
We have a bathroom right just across the hall.
Yeah, I love that. You've got 2 very spacious bedrooms. that are on the opposite side from the master, so they're all separated off.
Yeah, and Janet, don't add too many shelves. No reason to make people more comfortable than necessary. Just less is more. Less is more. No, they're
Yes,
gorgeous. Great use of space, and like you said, that box window there in that front bedroom is included in the design of the Frio and the Live Oak, and it's
in the
it's a
D
great
elevation.
in the D. That's right, in the D elevation,
Mhm.
and so it's a really really pretty way to accent that room. So.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Absolutely love that. But let's go ahead. I will get it loaded up and we can take a look at their utility room and garage and finish up with this
We'll do a
house.
last call for questions and comments because I know we're right at our 1 hour mark. So I know folks got stuff to do. So drop your questions and comments into the chat. We will answer them and roll on from there.
All right, awesome. Here we go.
Okay, just want to take a quick little peek. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Very spacious, perfect for guests.
Yes.
And I like that you have the same cabinet throughout.
Oh yeah, I love the cabinets.
And then here, standard utility, extra storage. I love that there's space for big washers, big dryer, and you still have room for a
Yeah.
freezer, extra fridge.
Gotta have the extra
yeah,
freezer.
extra storage.
Yeah, it works out right.
And then right on into the garage. So this is different. I haven't seen something like this before.
Yeah, so this was our idea to have a wet room that's where it's okay to be wet. So a lot of places will have it inside the house, and we just wanted it in this little garage area. When we added the garage, normally you'd have your cars here, and this would be kind of an open storage area. But we added this and then bumped the garage out so we could put our UTV
Yeah.
in. So this just kind of made a really good transition area for keeping my mud out of the house.
Well,
The real reason.
Yeah.
we've been here long enough to know that you do get
Yeah.
pretty dirty when you're out in the country and doing things, and it's nice to have a comfortable place to get your shoes off and change. And we also wanted to be close to the bathroom, so if you really wanted to go straight in and take a shower, you didn't have to go halfway through the house to
Yeah,
get there. So
that's really
So,
smart.
yeah.
And then I like that you added the extra garage door so that you could just easily back out and
yeah,
run
'cause
over to the
that's-
greenhouse.
The little UTV is the vehicle that does all the work out there, so it's nice to
It's
have
the
it
real
right there.
star of the show.
That's right.
Well, let's go back into the kitchen. We'll wrap up and then I'll get out of
Great.
your hair.
Thank you.
Good.
All right. Well, thank you guys for showing me all around.
Oh,
I'm
we're
excited
happy.
that we got to see the live oak in person.
Yeah, well, we love it. It's been a great house for us. I think it's a great floor plan. It's just everything we needed.
Yep. Right size.
Yeah.
The right size. Yeah, you're right. It's very cute, very homey. I love how you've made it your own and
Thank you.
definitely made it perfect for this property.
Oh yeah.
And it's been really fun watching as you've been on your journey, sending us photos on Facebook, like from the very first one that we got where you were on the ladder, staking out where the windows would be, to now being in it. That's just really exciting to have been able to follow along virtually.
Yeah.
It's been a fun project.
It has been.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
good.
Well, we're glad you came to see it.
Me too. And then we want to thank all of you as well for joining us, and we hope to someday soon make you part of the Tilson family.
All right, so there is that hallway bathroom that's shared by those other two bedrooms and lots of counter space in there. And then you've got the linen cabinet area and also the drop down into the hamper in that cabinet space. And then you've got your shower bathtub combo in there. So good space there.
And no detail left undone by the Kirklands. Like, yep, let's put an accent tile band in the guest shower just because. Beautiful touch.
It's beautiful. Yeah. And then wanted to talk before we look at their utility room. I mentioned that there was a change there. So when you put that front loading garage on, it kind of changes. As that this would be the standard layout of the utility room when you add that front load garage. And then, like we were talking, they actually repositioned the door so that it would go into that storage area it's designed to be in the garage, and created that drop zone there. So just wanted to kind of show what that change was. So we just relocated the washer and dryer and actually moved the water heater outside. And yeah, so just this shows how those changes were of what they did, and then added that drop zone bench out in that space, which I think is very smart to, like they were saying, most of the time we kind of build this into the utility space, but you know what? If you never come in on my
by that time you have penetrated the perimeter.
Yes.
Yeah. And love that the Kawasaki Mule is the daily driver. I mean, I love the it's just fantastic.
Yes. So it's just amazing. And so, yeah, this is a great large space. They've got the room for the, either a separate freezer or a separate refrigerator that they've got there. And, then you've got the beautiful cabinetry and the entrance out into the garage, exit out into the garage.
Yeah.
And then that is their little mud bench drop zone area. And again, just like I said, I think it's so smart to leave that on the concrete. Don't bring that into my tile.
No, that's bright. Yeah. Really bright.
Very smart. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous. So thank you so much to the Kirkland family for letting us come out and sharing your home with us. I was very excited. We got to meet them both in Waco.
Yeah, I was gonna say I got to meet them at the Behind the Sheetrock tour, and just great spirit, great attitude, like just the perfect customer for this endeavor. Like I know he said that it was a fun project, and I know that there were struggles and challenges along the way, but your attitude to those things makes all the difference in the world. And so thank you all, Kirklands, for having a great spirit, great attitude about you. And thank you for opening your home up, sharing your home with us. Like that's amazing to us. Your lifestyle just means everything to folks looking to do this journey. So thanks for doing this.
Absolutely. And then we've got Jessica saying, Tilson sounds like they are very open and comfortable with customization of the plans, but I was wondering if there are charges for anything custom beyond the cost of the labor material itself.
Dawn, do we charge people for customizing plans?
We do not. We do not charge you for making changes to our plans. So you can come in and meet with our design consultant, and we will start rearranging things however you want. You're just going to pay for the cost of, as you're saying, the labor and material to make that change itself. So,
but if you are a husband or wife trying to limit your significant other from making changes, call us ahead of time. We'll have a conversation. No, we really don't. We don't charge, but that's a great question because a lot of builders do. Like just for the hassle factor of making changes, and it's simply not true. So yes, if you add footage, there's add footage. If you delete footage, you get a credit for that. But all in all, you don't get charged just for hassling. Like this is your forever home, and we respect that, we understand that, and we want to be a part of that journey. And so the fact that you let us in is an honor, and we're not going to charge you for doing something you want to do if it doesn't cost anything.
Yeah. Now, the only disclaimer I will put on that is if it is you have already signed your plans, we are already underway, and then you make a change, there may be a charge for that because that would require us going back in and changing something. There may have been materials ordered that have to be returned. So there is a no-go. There is an absolute no-go. We will not change anything. And there is a no-go, like there will be a change fee after we've approved plans and gotten so far in designing those plans. But upfront, if you want to be changing designs, there's not a design fee for that.
Not at all.
And Jessica says, thank you to you two as always for answering my questions. Well, thank you for being with us as always.
I made the list. All right, folks. Hey, thank y'all so much for watching this. This was amazing. I want to say thank you, a special thank you to David and to Kelsey for making the trip up. It may not be our furthest north job we've ever done, but it's close. I mean, like I was having to look at the latitude to see, like on our job map, is it in fact, we may have some other jobs that are north of Wichita Falls that they have made the list, but it's up there. And so Kelsey and David Bibiano, thanks for making the trip up there, making this happen. Beautiful work as always. Thank you to the Kirklands for sharing your space. Yeah, y'all are amazing people. Thank you for sharing your home.
You guys are just so amazing.
Didn't have to do that, and so we're grateful for that. And yeah, I agree that David and Kelsey are amazing and fun to work with. So
yes, they are.
They are. In fact, I have to say, I mean, David,
That's why I picked them.
I did a video with David and Katie the week after this, and he couldn't stop talking about the Kirkland's home at the Texas-Oklahoma border. So he was very impressed. One of his favorite projects he's done. And by the way, he doesn't do this anymore. Like, this is not, he does this because he enjoys doing the customer testimonials. He's got other things going on. He's wildly successful. Don't forget the little people, David. Please don't forget the little people.
We already signed our contract for next year, so you're okay.
Oh, solid. Okay. And never mind then, David. You're on the hook for a couple of videos a month. But anyway, all that to say, he actually, it brings him joy to do these customer testimonial videos. So all that to say, thank you all for watching. We're grateful for you. Dawn, what's happening this weekend? We got seminars places. We got there's stuff happening in Angleton. What's going on?
Yeah, major stuff. Destruction happening in Angleton. So we said goodbye to our Nottingham and Palacios models. I think the Palacios is going. They put up a fight. They did put up a fight. The truck broke down. Yeah. Weather. But we slowly but surely they are coming down to make room for new models in that area. So we'll be very excited to share those with you guys in the coming weeks of what those are going to look like. But we are going to be building an Arlington and a Refugio in Angleton. So very exciting times going on there. And then we actually do have some in-person seminars this weekend. And I'm looking real quick to see. We got Georgetown, Waco, and Huntsville are doing theirs this weekend. So visit our website and you can sign up and go meet with other home buyers as well as our design consultant.
Yeah. Guys, I think it's worth the trip. It is immensely meaningful to get info from other people who are going through the process. I can't tell you how many times I've seen kind of just some serendipitous interactions, just like it happened online, but in person of like, oh, y'all are doing this too. And what questions do you have? And what did you do? Like, a lot of learning takes place at those events. I can't recommend them enough. But yeah, so thank you all. Dawn, thanks for putting the presentation together. This was beautifully done as always. You may not know this because I'm not good at it, but she sends like a run of show beforehand that she puts a lot of work into. I usually read it. Sometimes I can get the PowerPoint to cooperate with my machine. Sometimes it's wingdings, and we audible. But anyway, thank you, Dawn, for doing this. It's amazing stuff.
Absolutely. And thank you again, Kelsey does a lot of that too.
Yeah, for a lot of that work. That's great. And again, to David for filming this. Thank you all for watching. Obviously, doesn't end here. We have an Instagram page. We got a YouTube channel with tons of informative data on there. We've got a Facebook page you can engage with us at. We got a website open 24/7. We got 12 locations open 7 days a week that we'd love to sit down and chat with you guys about what this process looks like, what we're doing. And again, we look forward to answering your questions, and we certainly look forward to making you part of the Tilson family. And we will chat with y'all later.
Bye, everybody.